CollectAWrestlePalooza. CollectAWrestlePalooza.
How's it going, sports card fans, wrestling collectors? Tom here from CollectAWrestlePalooza. We're going to be doing part 2 today of my PSA grading preview. I posted part 1 and the first comment I got is grading with PSA a modern day collectible scam? And you know, it got me thinking. Grading with PSA might not be the most lucrative thing you can do as a hobby collector. I mean, your gem rate is going to be incredibly low, at least it is for me, and you're generally only going to increase the value of your cards, at least with modern cards, if you do gem them. So grading with PSA is more of something you do if you want to have some fun, if you want to encapsulate your cards, and maybe as an investment if you know what you're doing. But I'm doing it because I've got a bunch of raw cards that either I've purchased or I've pulled, and I am having fun with it. In this economy right now, with the stock markets going up and down and all the volatility in my other investments, I'm having some fun just thinking about these $10 cards and how much they're worth, and the economics of $100 card is a lot more fun to look at than the economics of a 5 or 6 figure 401k portfolio. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm having some fun and maybe going to make a little bit of money along the way, but I'm sure my misses will more than offset my hits. I don't care. This is what I like to do in my 40s. So if you're in the same boat as a collector, certainly feel free to post some comments and join the community. I happen to choose professional wrestling because that's my passion. In terms of being a collector, I love professional wrestling collectibles. I think that they're undervalued, and also it gives me a ton of nostalgia for my childhood. So, man in my 40s, going through a midlife thing. I also love LeBron James, the king. Even though I am from the East Coast, I feel like he's a hard worker, and just the longevity and what he's doing as a man in his 40s gives me a lot of pride. Being an older gentleman myself, I consider in your 40s to be a little older in most professions, although people tell me I'm still very, very young. Anyway, starting to feel old, I guess that's what I'm getting at, and LeBron's still doing it, so why can't I continue that momentum in my life and not, lose faith in just trying hard and continuing to work hard every day. So anyway, we're going to start there with this pile. I have 2 more stacks of cards to look through to find which ones I'm going to send into PSA, and I'm going to put the maybes over here, and then I guess I'll just discard the ones I'm not going to grade over to the side. And I have a big pile of maybes. That's how this works. And then at the end, we're going to go through the maybes, pick out 10 to 20 cards, the best ones. We're going to send them to PSA. We're going to predict some grades, and we're going to have some fun doing this together. So let's go. Let's get going on this first stack here. Now, I don't remember, but I don't think these LeBron cards are generally anything incredibly special. I think that more they're going to be condition sensitive. When I did purchase them, I bought them in a lot, and I don't think that there's any huge rookies or anything like that. So I'm only going to grade them if they're in good condition. And I think I actually did separate out the ones that I thought were in okay condition for this time in my collecting journey, and they were in this packet here to my recollection. So I don't think these cards are anything too special. This Fleer one here, it is a Fleer, what does that say? Fleer Tradition, and it is a 2004 copyright. So, but just a good looking card. It does look more like a parallel than a pack pull. If you know anything more about this particular set, certainly leave a comment. This is a cool card. This is Kobe and LeBron together on the Lakers, and it does look to be pretty crispy, so that one will get graded. And then 2 more of these Fleer Tradition cards, pretty well centered, and good looking corners and edges. So those I guess I'll put back into the sleeve here, and these will go on the maybe pile. So if you do like watching these PSA previews, please leave comments and tell me why. I always hesitate to do this because to me, this is just a boring, mundane task of going through the cards. I mean, I guess there is some nostalgia for me, but I imagine it would be boring and mundane for the viewers. Do you guys like looking at my collection? Do you like looking at the things that I've purchased along the way? What is it about this that's fun and interesting to you? I love this card. I don't think it's gradable, but it's the Headhunters from BBM. I'll put it in the maybe just because visually it does look to be in pretty good shape, and the Headhunters were awesome. They came in to the WWF as, I think, the SWAT team or something like that. If you do remember exactly, leave a comment, but they were in one Royal Rumble. They did a couple moonsaults. They did a couple moonsaults. They were gassed, and then they never really came back beyond that. I think Vince McMahon saw that they weren't ready for the big stage, even though on the independent circuit they were dominant and awesome and amazing. If you do know, or if you have seen them, you know exactly what I mean. This one here is the Rockers. This is a 1989 Rockers, so this is a Shawn Michaels rookie from the 1989 series. I'm imagining it's very low pop counts, 1989, meaning that the copyright is not 1990 as most of them are. So that's going to go in the maybe pile definitely as well. This one looks pretty good. It is a Jerry Lawler. It is numbered at a 99. It is signed. The signature is sticker, and it's not entirely on the sticker, so that's not great. But it is a thick, good-looking card, so why not put that in the maybe pile? I'll go right to this one since it fell down. Cactus Jack, color match, I think out of 199, out of 299, so not incredibly rare, but it is from the 2022 Prism, I believe, which is the Prism set that I like the most because it is the inaugural Prism. It is one of my favorite superstars. It is numbered, and it is a color match, so I'll put that one in the maybe pile. These LeBron James cards, I don't recall if these were good or not. That one is just kind of cool looking, and it is sparkly, and it appears to be in pretty good shape. It is an optic, so I'll put that in the maybe pile. And anything in the maybe pile, what that means is I'll just research the prices, I'll look at it with a finer tooth comb, and I'll see if it's worth grading or not. This one I can see actually has some imperfections, I think, on the card itself right there. And I already have a really high-grade Ultimate Warrior in this Living Series, so that's a no. Another LeBron here. This is an Artifacts card from Upper Deck, Cavaliers number 7. Because I don't know much about these LeBron cards, I think they're going to go in the maybe so that I can research them at a later time. This one here, pretty cool card with Shaq and Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard, I think, is a new Hall of Famer, so we'll put that in the maybe pile because it is a dual relic. Dwight Howard cards might have some heat now coming up. LeBron, 23, Upper Deck card. Don't know anything about it, so it'll go maybe. Another LeBron. This is another shiny card. Can't tell if that imperfection's on the surface. There's a dimple right here, which might be on the surface. It might be on the sleeve, so we'll make it a maybe so I can look at it with a finer tooth comb. This one is from 05-06, Upper Deck Reserve, so pretty early in LeBron's career, and it is a shiny, good-looking card. Another LeBron, Cavaliers. This is a Stadium Club. We'll put it in the maybe. These Jordan cards, I don't know anything about. Rounded corners, action-packed. It's embossed. We'll make that a maybe. Ooh, CollectAWrestlePalooza, that's me. That's my metal card. I wish they would grade that, but I don't think they can. That's a no. All these Jordan cards, leave some comments and let me know if any of these are any good. They're going to go in the maybes for me to research more. I seem to remember when I did, this one's a no because I think it's just a offer. I don't think that is gradable. These Jordan cards, I bought them all for pennies on the dollar in a big lot, and I really liked the seller, so it was the type of person that maybe there's something good in there. And I know Jordan cards, particularly from the 90s, have gone up in value incredibly over the last few years, so we'll put these all in as maybes, but please help me out and leave a comment if you see anything good in here. That will help me to hone in at a later date when I actually do go through them and make my final decisions. Jordan Baseball, it's kind of shiny, so that'll go in the maybe. Another Jordan, I will put that in the maybe as well. Just good looking Jordan Upper Deck cards. Blank there, nothing there. Garbage Pail Kid, Bustin' Dustin. This is pack fresh. I think it was the only one from this pack that was potentially gradable because I think the pack had some damage. Look back at an earlier CollectAWrestlePalooza video if you want to find that. But we'll put that in as a maybe because that would be cool to have a pack fresh Garbage Pail Kid card graded. Pack fresh Ghostbusters. I have to be pretty... I have to draw the line somewhere on these because this is just a pack pullable Ghostbusters card. Even though I love it, I don't think that there's really any value in it. So we'll put it as a no. Jack Hager from the inaugural AEW series. So that's pretty cool because it is the first edition from 2021 and it is sparkly. Don't know much about it, so I'll put it in the maybe. And I think I bought a bunch of them. Main features there, that one doesn't look as sparkly, so we'll put that on the side. And again, if you know that the sparkly one I just put on the side is a great card, leave some comments and let me know I made a mistake. Another main features card, Lance Archer. All right, Randy Orton, Living Series. I think I got this as a gift from someone or I won a giveaway or something like that. Does appear to be in pretty good shape. I do know that these Living Series cards, top to bottom, centering is not as important as the left to right centering, and usually it is up a little bit because the ones that I have that are graded have that imperfection. Almost all of them do, or maybe they were made that way, so we'll make it a maybe, meaning that the bottom border is bigger than the top border. This one is in poor condition. It's not going to be graded. That was a giveaway I got for free. We've got some more pack fresh Topps O-Pee-Chee cards. That one I could put in the maybe. I know I've got a bunch of these already in the maybe piles from part 1 of the video. If you are interested, please go back and look in the archives for that. But that one is, it is the Topps version, but it is a portrait card, and it looks pretty well centered. So we'll put that there. Over the Top, again, a portrait card, pretty well centered, but it's just Tito Santana and a referee, so nothing to speak of there. Off center, that one's going in the no pile. Off center, even though it is the British Bulldogs, that are pretty cool. I've mentioned so many times on this channel, I love the tag team cards from the 80s. That's a common off center. But I put all my cards into penny sleeves and top holders, everything pack fresh. So even if it is a common card, you know, maybe it's not worth grading now, but maybe when I look through the stack in 5 years, it will be worth grading. So that's why I do that. These here, notice that is a O-Pee-Chee version. So O-Pee-Chee 87s are much more rare. So anything that's good in that card, I will put in the maybe pile. But these commons, or I should say, these cards that don't have much intrigue in the picture or in the wrestler depicted, I'm going to just put into the no pile. That one has some gum damage, even though it is a pretty cool card. Alright, now we are getting into, I think that was a pack pulled card. I did buy a BBM pack and pulled it myself and got some cool ones. I think I already put the cool ones to the side. I don't know much about these wrestlers, so 1998 Baseball Magazine, that one I'll put in a maybe, and this one I'll put in a maybe because I don't know much about the superstars depicted, and they are pack fresh from a pretty rare series. Shawn Michaels, that would have to be a gem to be worth anything, and I know it's not. Cyndi Lauper, I have graded a few of these, at least the Hulk Hogan ones, and while they're cool, they're very common, so I'll put that to the side. You know what? I'm going to put that one as a maybe just because I want to research it. I think it's a pretty cool looking card. Another Jordan, maybe. Okay, now we're getting into the UFC cards. For a while, I was collecting Series 1 UFC because I thought the Round 1 cards, anything that's a first series, the first mixed martial arts cards, I thought would be a good card to hold on to into the future, whether it's for nostalgia or for value. This is the Gold Series, but neither of those fighters have much meaning for me, so I'm going to put that as a no. Another Jordan, looks like an insert, so it'll go in the maybe. We've got a Warrior with a yellow back, so that must be an 89. Oh, it's one of the promo cards. I've got one of those already graded on my eBay store, which is probably priced way too high, so I'm not going to add to that with another one, even though that is one of my favorite cards of all time. Love this Vader card, but that would have to gem to add any value. Cool Dune card. Dune stickers are very hard to get in good shape because of the gum. And this one is a great one, but it does have some gum damage on the front, I do remember. So I'm not going to grade that. Okay, we got more of the Cyndi Lauper cards. If there's anything that has wrestling, that is a wrestling one. But I don't think there's any superstars, so that's a no. Oh yeah, Randy Couture, rookie card. Is this the signed one? It's so hard to tell. He signed one of them that I have in black marker right on the superstar, so it's very hard to tell. So I'll put that in the maybe so I can look at it at a later time. Got a great Kobe card. Look at that. All these Kobe cards will be maybes too, again, because I don't know much about them. This one actually is a rookie card. Last time I researched it, I don't think that it has a ton of value, but man, is it cool. I mean, look at that. Kobe rookie with like this gold sort of bronzy basketball color, shiny on the front. So that's going in maybes. Another Kobe in the maybe. Kobe in the maybe. Kobe in the maybe. Kobe in the maybe. Lots of maybes here, so I'll say it one more time. I do need your help. If you see any of these Kobe cards and you think that they have some value, let me know in the comments, or these LeBron cards, and name it so that I know that I should definitely look at it. I think this one is one of them, the LeBrons. I feel like that card, even if it doesn't have value, it's just cool, a little bit different. So all those will go in the maybes. Okay, on to stack number 2 here. I've got way more maybes than no's, but that is because those are all the LeBrons and Kobe's. Cracked Ice Prism, Typhoon. I bought that for a couple bucks. I don't think it's numbered, so that's going in the no. More LeBrons. I'm going to open this up and see. Do these look gradable as well? These are rookies. These are actually good cards here. I think that the ones that have the 3 players do have some imperfections, even though they're rarer cards and they do have LeBron on the side. But these 2 are rookies, so this will go into the maybes for sure. More LeBrons here. Let's open it up and see what I got. All right, we have Upper Deck National 2022. That's a cool card. VIP Prominent Cuts, Upper Deck Basketball, the Ace of Spades. We got Rock Rhythm. We got 2004-2005 Hard Court. That's his rookie year, I think, right? That's pretty cool. Or 2003-2004, maybe he's the rookie year. We got LeBron, the Fleer Superstars, and another Skybox card there. Any of those have value? Let me know in the comments, but they're all going in the maybe stack. Mac Jones. Yep, I was on the Mac Jones train for a little while. I did buy some Mac Jones cards. That's probably worth a couple pennies, right? More AEW Lance Archer. That's nothing. That's going on the side. Stout versus Fisher. Sam Stout rookie. Not rookie, autograph, I should say. I think it is from the round 1, so I'd like to research that one more. I'll put that in the maybes. Ghostbusters card, no. Here we go. Numbered Anderson Silva, Matt Relic to 288. I don't think the card is in great condition, but man, I'd love to have that one graded or authenticated, whatever. I love Anderson Silva. It's from UFC 117. I wanted to buy one from the Anderson Silva debut fight against Chris Lieben, but that one was too expensive, so I settled on this one here. But Matt Ware on the front, how cool is that? It looks like the UFC fighters were actually on this mat grinding it out. You can see the imperfections, and the silver and the blue kind of scraped off the Matt Relic. So what a cool card that one is. This is also from Dune. Just a good looking card, but It's Dune. Who cares? That's going in no. Another Jordan. Maybe. Jordan. Maybe. Jordan. Ooh, die cut Jordan. Maybe. Season leaders Jordan. Maybe. Nate Diaz. Second year card. I know Nate Diaz rookies are worth some money. This one is the gold. So we'll put that in the maybe. This is a gold Junior Dos Santos against Fabricio Verdum. It is the gold card. I think it's from the round 1, so that'll be a maybe. Oh no, I think it's round 2 gold cards. And then here's a second year Anderson Silva gold. So that one's going in the maybe as well. Anderson Silva, my favorite fighter of all time. Tyson Griffin against David Lee. It's a gold card, but I don't know those fighters, so that'll be a no. Gabriel Gonzaga against Kevin Jordan. Gabriel Gonzaga is a pretty good name, but not to me, so that's going to be a no. Patrick Cote against Tito Ortiz, UFC debut. That's a cool card, but I'm going to put that in the no just because it doesn't look like it's in great shape. Portrait of a Monster. I'm going to put that in maybe just because it's pretty well centered and it's a really cool Ghostbusters 2 card. Who knows? All right, Brock Lesnar rookie cards, at least UFC rookie cards. I want to grade those because they're awesome. We have Douglas Williams. It's a signature, but I don't know anything about Douglas Williams, so that's a no. Sports Flick of Randy Savage. Randy Savage cards always sell, so I'll research that. The Great Muta! The Great Muta! Dun, 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 dun. The Great Muta! The Great Muta! I love the Great Muta. We're going to have Great Muta cards slabbed up if I have anything to say about it, and I certainly do. That's the beauty of collecting. Brock Lesnar rookie, yes. Michael Jordan, maybe. Michael Jordan, maybe. Michael Jordan, maybe. Look at this one. That's a cool card. Ready for a War. Hogan and Bundy, way off center, but it is an 85 tops, but too far off center. No. Another UFC gold card. Caro Parisian against Dave Strasser. I'm not a huge Caro the Heat Parisian fan, so we're going to say no. Warrior rookie. Is it 89 or 90? It's 90, so who cares? No. Space Cowboy, Jason James. This is an indie card, and sometimes these indie cards have a lot of value, so I don't know anything about it, but I'll put it in the maybe so I can research it. Another Jordan, masterpieces from the baseball. That could have some value, who knows. All right, another recent Hall of Famer, Dwight Howard, $15. I don't think I bought it for $15. I probably bought it for $1 or $2, but recent Hall of Famer, that's going in there. Another recent Hall of Famer, maybe. Recent Hall of Famer, maybe. Recent Hall of Famer, maybe. Slayer card. How cool is that? Seasons in the Abyss. Don't know anything about it except it's a cool card, so I want to research it. Bart Simpson, War is Hell Man. That's a cool card. I want to research that. That's in the maybe because it's a good looking card. Pulled it myself. Mac Jones. Nope. George St. Pierre, tap out card. What an awesome card. George St. Pierre, arguably the GOAT. That's going in there. We have the greatest UFC fight of all time, Stephan Bonnar against Forrest Griffin from round 1. Maybe. Man, I've got too many maybes, but that's okay. Same, maybe. Look at that card. That's a cool card. Maurizio Hua against Forrest Griffin. Action shot, but I've got too many maybes, and that's not the Stephan Bonnar one, so I'm going to say no on that one. And it's stuck to another card, which is an 85 tops. Banging away. Way off center, so I'll say no on both of those. This card doesn't really sell. I've got it on my eBay store, graded, and no one even looks at it, even though it's one of my favorite cards. So I think it's an O-Pee-Chee, Hulk Hogan 86, but I'm going to say no. Got an Undertaker, Pack Fresh rookie card from the 91. I feel like this one has an imperfection, which is why it is not graded already. I'll put it as a maybe so I can look at it again. Giant Kimala, just cool card. Giant Kimala, another cool card. Those are maybes. This is actually a valuable card no matter what condition it's in. It does have an imperfection or a little ding in it, I think, but I'll look at it again. Anderson Silva, rookie, victorious debut. Awesome Ozzy Osbourne card. And finally, Doink the Clown card. I bought a Doink because I love it, but it's in terrible shape, so it's a no. All right, we're at 26 minutes. Hope you enjoyed this. I got a bunch of maybes. Like I said, we'll go through all the maybes at a later date and have some fun picking the final verdict. And we'll submit it to PSA and see how we do. Have fun, guys. Stay healthy. You only live once. Make the most of it. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. Happy collecting.
CollectAWrestlePalooza. CollectAWrestlePalooza.